Hello YouTube. So I wanted to share with you guys a article that I read a couple weeks ago. I'll try to link it to this video about super rams. These rams are breeded up north, I imagine in the Maine area or Midwest somewhere where the weather's a little bit cooler and their growing season is short. And basically the argument was, or the article it was explaining that Florida or sheep farmers in the South should not fret about buying a $3,000 ram or super ram and expect the same results. And what I mean by a super ram is, I'm not sure if I haven't ever seen a super ram personally, but I've seen pictures and they just look like, you know, massive beast. Their muscular structure is well defined, their weight, their size, it just looks, you know, totally abnormal to me, but it's very attractive because of the weight, right? So I had it in my mind even before I read the article, was trying to improve the weight of my sheep. I thought it was genetics, and thought, okay, well, let me go up north, or let me go get some specimens and you know, inoculate my ewes and see if I could get a super ram. But anyway, the point of the article was that the reason why that is not a sustainable thing for sheep farmers in the South is due to our grass nutrition. Basically, the article was stating that we should not expect the same results as what they get up north, and it all has to do with their grass. And due to their short growing season, their grass is very nutritious and it could sustain weight. Whereas because of our poor soil quality here in Florida, maybe in the South in general, particularly in the Florida region, that our grass stinks and it's not very nutritious. Now you can sustain, or you could supplement a super ram's feed with the other supplements and, you know, grains to sustain that, but their argument was stating that over time, even the first generation, you'll lose that luster of the super part, and it just has to do with nutrition of the grass, what they eat. Now I imagine that if you you fed it just grains and supplements all the time, that could be costly. But the problem with that is that here in Florida, you know, I'm lucky if I'm pushing $200 a sheep, and that's around maybe 100-pound sheep. Typically, our buyers are, at least my average is about $180 for a sheep, maybe 100 pounds. Typically we get like 230 live weight, and that's for a sheep that's under a year old and probably around 80 pounds. So obviously you could do the math. My average sell is about $180 per sheep, and that's, you know, again, I'm lucky to get 200. So you could imagine if you spend $3,000 on a super ram, you know, the market just down here doesn't support something like that. You know, I'm not sure if we just need to educate our buyers well, or if our sheep farmers are just cutting each other at the knee by selling cheap sheep. I'm not sure, maybe it's a little bit of everything or both. So I thought it was an interesting article. Again, you know, for those people like myself trying to figure out how to get, you know, a more robust ram, you know, it really just comes to food, and that makes sense, right? We are what we eat. What you're looking at here is my biggest ram. He's probably pushing 150 pounds if he's lucky. I've had him, I think he's like 3-4 years old. And you know, super healthy, big, but not nearly as big as those super rams that are basically mini cows or small cows. I have another ram that he's hiding. But anyway, just wanted to share this video. Thought it was an interesting article. If you guys have any comments, please comment. Please subscribe. Thanks.